in July. After that, I have received a Prime Minister's fellowship. So this is about my whole thing. Today, I'm just going to focus on the fellowships and in the scholarship which are available in India. I wanted to thank Prema because she made my works really easy. Because one of the PMRF criteria is you should do good internship. So that I'm just going to talk that what are the fellowships are available. I hope my presentation is visible. So this is what the overall thing so means to a beginning. So whenever you are doing PhD or you are trying to what to say settle in your life or you wanted to be a financially independent, we need money, right? So for that, the government will offer you while you are studying. They will give the fellowship. I always say that PhD is a double dhamaka because you are getting a degree, then you will be getting paid. So it's kind of double dhamaka from my point of view. So if you're undergraduate students, these are the scholarship or fellowship that is available in India. So for that, you have to go to the scholarships.gov.in. The first scholarship will be Inspire Scholarship. This is for the people who got into 1 or 2 percentage first mark in the overall 12th or your inter second year results. And then the post matrix scholarship for the most of the people who got 85 percentage and above in their 12th standard or inter second year exams. And third one will be the state scholarship. If you are not availing any of this Inspire scholarship or post matric scholarship, all the states are having their state scholarship. They will be giving to the OBC candidates. It will be BC for the state in that case, and then SC/ST candidates, and then minority scholarships will be available. And if you see, there is another quota called single girl child scholarship. There's a one speciality about this single girl child scholarship is there will not be any. You will get the scholarship, but you will not. There is no need of paying any tuition fees to your college or your university in this. And then, if you're getting a single girl child scholarship, you are eligible to apply any one of the above scholarship. There is no restrictions. But if you are applying and then if you are getting the post matric, in the case of male candidates or non single child
Hello,
candidates, you cannot apply for
I'm
any
Pankaj
other
Ridhima.
scholarship. Only one
So I'm
scholarship
asking
or
whether you
fellowship that
joined
you
that
can
meeting or
avail
not.
at that time.
Hello, Ridhima, I'm audible.
And next, for the postgraduate students,
So I'm
if you are
Pankaj
getting
from
a
e-learning.
university rank in the
I
UG,
want to know
first
whether
or
you joined
second,
that meeting.
or
You got the
it
link.
will be considered as an Inspire scholarship or university rank holders. So in that case, both first and then second places will get 40,000 per
I'm
annum.
asking whether
And then
you
the same
got the
state
link for
scholarships will be
meeting
there,
webinar.
OBC, SC, ST, and then the minority scholarships will be there. And in terms of the single girl
So
child
did you
scholarship also
join?
will be there for postgraduate students. Whatever I told in the last day, the
You
same thing
can
will
join
be
now
applicable
also.
here. There is a
More
one
speakers
thing
are there
which you can
that
you will
will
get
be
as
help.
a
That will be
fellowship
helpful
or
for you.
scholarship. If you clear GAT-B
Okay.
in
Hmm.
DBT, you will be getting around 5,000 per month as a fellowship. And if you are clearing integrated PhD or MSc in TAF or in any TAF or TAF for Bombay or TAF for Hyderabad or NCBS, you will be getting around 21,000 per month. Why I'm stressing on this TAFR exam or GS 2023? TAFR GS 2023 is a what is a one exam for the multiple entries. If you wanted to get into integrated PhD of any ISR, you can get through via TAFR exam. Those who got integrated PhD through GS 2023 or JAM, they will be getting some fellowship from the institute till their MSc. After that, that's the same kind of amount will be applied for the PhD scholars, like 31,000 for JRF people, and then 35,000 for SRF people. And finally, why we should take research as a career? If you see, we are having this many scholarship and then fellowship. I don't know any other what to say career you will get as like this much practical exposure. Come your PhD degree, then your experience, and finally you are getting paid. So if you see, there are five exams is available, or four exams if you technically if I wanted to talk. One is a CSA or UGC. There will not be any kind of fixed number of seats there in UGC or CSAR. That will be decided based upon the candidates, how many people are clearing the cutoff. So based upon that thing, they
Hello.
will set the number. And also, uh,
Hello, Pooja.
the cutoff also will vary from year, like annually. It will not be the same this year and then the next year. And these are the overall eligibility criteria. You should have the BSc and then
Hello,
MSc you
Pooja.
should have done, or you should pursue the MSc final year in
मैं
terms of
पंकज बोल रहा हूँ
the
ई लर्निंग
CSR
से। आपने
UGC, but
रजिस्ट्रेशन किया
not in
था,
the terms of
तो मैं पूछ रहा
DBT
था
and then
आपने
ICAR.
वेबिनार
If in
ज्वाइन
the
किया क्या?
case of UGC CSR, you can apply in the first year of MSc itself, where it is not applicable in the DBT and then ICMR. So this is what the rule.
ओके
But
ओके
if you are a
समझा।
final year MSc
2
student,
बजे
then
से था।
you are eligible to apply for DBT and then ICMR.
ओके।
And whatever the number it has mentioned here, it is not fixed number. Sometimes it can go high also, it can go low also. For example, in terms of DBT, this year they have given 480 students or something. But whereas in terms of ICMR, they have given only for the 90 students. So it is not fixed number. So this will change yearly. So they will not mention, even though the number has mentioned, depends upon the minimum percentage of mass or minimum cutoff. They will change these kind of numbers. And then finally, the DST Inspire. DST Inspire is, suppose if you are getting any first rank or second rank in the postgraduate, if I'm not wrong, it's only for the first rank holders. So this you will get into a PhD position. First, you have to get the PhD. Then you will apply through your institute. So you have to submit your statement of purpose and your short detail about your project. And then there will be a screening committee under the DST, the Department of Scientific Technology. So they will screen the application. From they will select the students. See, don't have in your mind that if you are studying in IIT or ISA or IAC or like Central University, you will easily get the DST fellowship or something. There will be a screening committee. There are so many cases. People from good institutes also, ISA and then IITs also, their application got rejected if you are not giving the, what do you say, your application that up to the mark. And then finally, the eye care. Eye care is a, what do you say? It's totally different from these three or four things. Eye care is only for the agricultural sciences. If you wanted to do your PhD in agriculture, then you can write that exam separately. So these exams are separately, and whatever exam I'm mentioning, they will conduct separately. And when it comes to the, what to say, fellowship, if you see, you will get 31,000 per month for 2 years. It will be considered as junior research fellowship. And when it comes to SRF, you will get 35,000. Depends upon the UGC, CSA, DBT, or ICMR. Their contingency will vary from the 10,000 to 30,000. So it is, this is what the difference. And ICAR JRF also, if you see, 8,500 per month plus contingency, and then ICAR SRF also 16,000 per. And I have mentioned all the websites also. I will share this PPT with Pankaj. So Pankaj will uh, discuss these kind of things. And then this is a
हेलो।
new fellowship UGC has announced in
हेलो
2022. If I'm not wrong, September 5th they have
अश्वति,
announced.
आई
So
एम
this is a
पंकज, डिड यू
Savitri
जॉइन?
by Pale fellowship for the
हेलो
single
अश्वति,
girl
आई एम
child.
पंकज फ्रॉम
The
ई
one
लर्निंग, डिड यू
specialty
जॉइन दैट
of
मीटिंग?
this fellowship when you compare with other fellowship, all the fellowship
हेलो
you have to
अश्वति।
apply at the age of 28 before 28 years in the
हेलो।
case of general category, and in the case of other categories 33 or
हेलो।
31. But in this one fellowship, it's only for the single girl
हेलो।
child. You can apply for this fellowship up to the 40 years
हेलो।
of age in the case of general category. In the case of OBC or other
हेलो।
category, you have to apply till 45 years of age. And this also the same like the Inspire. You have to first get into a good institute, then you have to get the PhD, and then you should be under some professor. Then you will apply for this scheme. And then the number is not fixed in this scheme also. Yearly, they will review the application, and based upon the application number, they will select the student. And then finally, the king of fellowship in India. That's what I can say because this is a Prime Minister Research Fellowship. They have announced in the budget 2018 to 2019. First, this fellowship was started only for the engineering student and then the BTech students. Then it's gradually, or do you say, extended to the other streams of research like science. and then life sciences, physics, chemistry, and mathematics. So currently, PMRF will be given for the institutes like all the IITs, all the ISA, and then Indian Institute of Science, and also some other top center universities like University of Hyderabad, JNU, BHU.
Soumyadeep,
So some universities are there, and then
continue
NIT
बोल रहा हूँ मैं.
Tiruchirappalli is the only NIT is eligible to apply for this fellowship.
Actually,
And then
मैं
the
पूछ रहा था आपने
candidates
मीटिंग ज्वाइन किया क्या
whosoever getting this
वेबिनार का?
fellowship will be selected through a rigorous selection process. I will tell you what are the
हाँ?
process they will take and then how much time it will take.
Actually, I am asking whether you joined that
So this is what
meeting.
the paying matrix from the cycle 5 they have
Webinar. Okay.
revised it. So if you are a first year itself, you are getting means you will get 70,000 in the first year. Second year you will get 70, and then third year 75,000, and fourth year 80,000 per month. Fifth year you will get 80,000 per month. So overall research grant or the contingency in terms of other fellowship, you will get it from 10,000 to the 30,000. But in terms of PMR fellowship, you will get up to 2 lakhs per year. And this is where I wanted to thank Prema. See, if you see, uh, this is what the overall ranking system they will give or the marking system currently PMRF committee is following or the national committee is following. So you will apply through your institute, which is like if it is eligible to apply for PMRF, there will be one PMRF coordinator. They will start the application procedure. Then you apply through your guide, and there will be a screening committee. The same marking system will be followed there, and they will give it to the external reviewers, and they will give their mark. And it's a huge process, and they will club the internal mark and then the external mark. On the basis of that thing, they will. Now to say nominate the student from the institute in the 1:3 ratio or 1:2 ratio. It depends upon the NCC announcement in that cycle how many students they have wanted from the institute. After that, once you're what you say nominated from your institute, there will be one central portal. The PMRF committee will send you a mail through your official mail ID. Then you have to apply whatever you applied in the university. Also, you have to apply there. And then if you apply there, that application will go to the certain institute in terms of life sciences. If I'm not wrong, right now IIT Delhi is the in charge for the screening of this application, and they will evaluate your application on basis of this six criteria. So if you see the grades and undergraduate and postgraduate training includes your project work, whatever the extra you are worked in any part-time work or after UG you took some break, you have worked in the industry for some time, or after post-graduation you took some break, you have worked in the some kind of what we say industry, that will carry for 10 marks. And then if you are having publications or preprints, it is 20. 20 marks they will give. It's based upon them actually. They will say that if you are having this much impact factor papers, they will give those marks. And then whatever you are writing the research proposal, that will carry 25 marks. And then recommendation letter from your PI, and then another one person you can give that carries 10 marks. And projects if you have done or internships, this is broadly and speaking that whatever practical knowledge that you got it, or are you eligible to, or are you capable of doing that project what to say independently. So based upon that thing, this 15 marks will be awarded. And PhD coursework that will carry the 20 marks. So you will write it for what we say on scale of 10 in terms of CGPA, and they will multiply into 2, that will become. So this is what the overall thing about the PMRF, and whosoever getting the highest mark in this thing, and finally it will go to the national committee for the final what is it election. So now right now is the IIT Madras is the in charge for this what is announcement of results, collecting the application, everything. Then on the basis of the committee's recommendation, they will select the students. And I would suggest these two books. These two books is from India Biosciences. So I will share these things also. This is having really excellent work they are having. So they are giving the what are the funding opportunities for the PhD student and postdocs in India, as well as in abroad. They have mentioned the means to a beginning book. And then if you see this Diksha book, they have mentioned what are the what is industrial work that we can do after MSc, after PhD, what we can do. All those things are there in this book. So you can refer this thing. So that is what my presentation. I think Opening the questions. Do you have any questions?
So anybody want to ask questions, they can ask now also, or they can ask at the end of that meeting also. So as Bhaiya said, that PMRF is the king of all the fellowships. So he is the prince of that fellowship. So that's the good thing, and that's the wonderful things which whatever you explained, and definitely it will be helpful for all of us. So thanks for giving the wonderful talk. I would like to call Kartik here if he's here, and thanks for his patience.
Yes. Yes.
Kartik is very man
Yeah.
who
So I,
had too much of patience in research also in lab also. He's doing lab until 4 o'clock, getting sleep for 3, even not for the 3 hours also. But
thank you, Pankaj. It's so exaggerated, but still.
so you can go.
So yeah, let me share my slides. Then I'll introduce myself. So can you see my screen and now the presentation? PhD fellow at University of Copenhagen and associated with the Copenhagen hospital called Rigshospital here, Department of Clinical Medicine. So that was my background, and thank you, Pankaj, for saying all of these lab activities. But yeah, so today I'll talk about what is read, how to read, then how to imagine, and then how to create. And before that, I would like to thank Siranjeevi and Om and Prama for their talk, and it was so informative. And like most of the topics they have already covered, which I am going to talk about, but I'll be going into like some deep behind the topics which they already mentioned, but from the abroad perspective, if you want to pursue your education from the abroad. But first, before going to the SOP, how to write SOP or how to approach professor, how to find scholarships and how to search for universities, first you need to know what is research. Because most of people are more enthusiastic and they just think, okay, this I want to do research on cancer, I want to do research on type 2 diabetes, I want to do research on type 1 diabetes, but you need to be little bit specific in order to apply for the doctoral program in abroad. For instance, like I worked on the ubiquitination, so I would give an example of ubiquitination. First, you need to understand if you are applying for some, like you have interest in ubiquitination. So first, you need to know what is ubiquitination, like what are the enzymes included in that, and what how the ubiquitination playing a role, like what is the process or mechanism behind the ubiquitination, and then find there are so many ubiquitinase enzyme like E1, E2, and E3, and nowadays research is going on E3 ubiquitin ligase. People are doing a lot of research, and it's the hotspot of a hotspot research area nowadays. So if you need to focus on ubiquitination, then you will search upon professors and you will find some key ubiquitin ligases that they have been working on. But you need to do something else. You need to search upon different ligases which have not been studied so further. Just like, for example, you can take WWP1, Like it's already been studied, but just for an example, you can take any other ring finger or zinc finger E3 ubiquitin ligase. So then it is very wise to correlate your primary research topic with the existing research topic. Like WWP1 can play a role through the cell signaling, and some through transcriptomic. You can search upon proteomics, like you can search for cell cycle, like how this E3 ubiquitin ligase involved in the cell cycle analysis. Maybe it's already been published, maybe it's not, but you need to figure it out. And how to do all of this, like, okay, now you know ubiquitination, process of ubiquitination. Now you find these two protein which we can focus furthermore. Like now you will read a lot of literature. There are a lot of literature available on the internet, and I would really suggest you to go through the literature, make up your mind. Okay, so that is what you are you are interested in or not. Because when you start reading, if you are getting bored of reading, then no, it's not your specific topic. Read, like in my previous talk I already mentioned how to read the research article. So if you know how to read the research article, then focus on abstract, then discussion, search upon material and method. And just like Prama mentioned about the research internship. So read upon this paper, search materials and method, and take notes. Okay, these are the techniques they are using. These are the techniques the scientists abroad are been working on. So it would very wise to learn these techniques previous in your bachelor's and your master's. Like during my bachelor's I did around 7 or 8 projects through different technologies. Through that I got an experience in clinical research, like I worked in AIMS Delhi. So that is how, and different institute, like I worked in ICMR, Institute of Pathology, Delhi. So that is how you will progress. So first, focus on your research. What is research? Figure out what is research. Then search the literature behind everything. That is how you also know these professor, these scientists from abroad are working on this related field, that you can email them and everything, like write your CV to them, and write your question regarding their research paper to them. Then generate your interest. Now you have read the paper, now you have to develop your interest. And I don't think so that other than Google you have any other better platform to do that. So to generate your interest, Google it. Any topic like cell cycle or everything. Like now you know that there are a lot of literature going on with E3 ubiquitin ligases. And it's just an example. E3 ubiquitin ligases or cell cycle or cell signaling, and how they are protein-protein interaction, like different proteins interacting with E3 ubiquitin ligase. So Google it and develop your interest in this relevant field. Search for the professors in abroad. What are they working on, and what kind of technology they are working on. Then develop your ideas. So now you Google it, and now you need to develop your ideas. Okay, so WWP1 has already been reported in cell signaling, but however, how cell signaling playing a role through the cell cycle as well, and how, like, what are the different proteins are interacting with the WWP1, which playing a role in the cell signaling, thus regulating the cell cycle. So that is how you develop your ideas. That would be your research question. And like in my opinion, I would really suggest you to do that, because it's very important when you are going to email professor, or when you're going to write an SOP. Then you can search for the universities. Now you know the professor and your ideas and everything. Now in Europe and US, like I would really suggest Europe, or US. You can apply in both. It's not a matter, but Europe, there are few
हेलो
good
योगेश भाई,
universities like ETH Zurich,
मैं
Max
पंकज बोल रहा
Planck,
हूँ ई लर्निंग से।
and University of
आपने रजिस्टर
Cologne,
किया था
and here
वेबिनार के लिए, आपने
Karolinska
ज्वाइन किया?
Uppsala in Stockholm, and University of Oslo
ओके
Stavanger
ओके, सॉरी फॉर
in
डिस्टर्बिंग।
Norway, and University of Copenhagen, Technical University of Denmark (DTU) in Denmark, and Prague University and Utrecht University in Netherlands, and many more, like University of Freiburg. And there are a lot of KU Leuven. There are so many universities which you can apply for, but you need to focus you need to be very specific, because if you are not relevant to their field, they will not select you. So you will get a lot of rejection. So if you want to um, eradicate that step,
Hello.
so first you need to do research and develop your
I'm
interest,
Pankaj
develop your
speaking,
ideas,
and
then
so I want to know whether you
find
joined
some
that meeting.
professors which are relevant to your field, then
Hello. I'm
go
Pank.
and search for the
Hello.
universities and apply for it. In US you can apply
Hello.
definitely for Harvard, MIT, and Caltech,
Hello.
University of Texas, Florida, Penn
Hello.
State University, University of Pennsylvania, John Hopkins, Yale, and many more.
So I'm
University of
asking whether you joined that
Wisconsin
webinar.
and North State University. There are there
Did
are
you
many
join
more
that
universities
webinar?
you
I
can
sent
apply.
you
Like world is
the
so
link.
big, so you can apply anywhere. But you need to know in which field you want to
I'm
pursue your
asking whether you
education.
joined that
And
webinar. I'm
I
from
think so
PML.
that in this audience we have bachelor's and master students both. So yes, good.
Okay, I'm sending
Then
you the
coming
link.
now, you
Sorry,
know
link
your
for
ideas, your research question,
joining the
your
meeting for
research
learn by data.
professor, your
So,
university. Now start writing your statement of purpose. Start with your research goal. What do you want to do? What is right research? Okay, this is research, and this is the research camp, and that is what I want to do. Then they will ask you why this program. You have to tell them. That is what previously I said, that the search for the university. So now you know, okay, this is the program, they are doing research on this field, these professors are doing research on this field, which are relevant, and we can explore furthermore to good for the humankind and everything. So do that, write that statement. Then why you are good for this research, you have to tell them that I am very specific to your field, I am very relevant, I had previous experience, I have I already know the techniques which you are using in your lab. So it would be very wise to take me. So that kind of thing you should write in your SOP. Then close frame narrative, like restate your research goal, like, okay, through this technology, what you can achieve. Previously, you only wrote that this is my research goal, but in the end, you should write that, okay, this is my research goal, and I will achieve this. And after achieving this, what will happen? So if you will that if you'll do it that way, so I would really think that you will get a position in abroad. And these are the scholarships, like some famous scholarship, otherwise Dadka, Erasmus, Marie Curie, and like lot more leads program, lead scholarship, and different university, National University of Singapore scholarship, and ENA scholarship, Australia University. So there are a lot of scholarships you can find on the internet, but it doesn't matter if you don't do the previous steps. You need to know every step before applying to the scholarship, because otherwise it would be waste of time. If because they don't have time to read all the application, they would just read your CV, and they just read your SOP first and second line, and they would decide whether we should move further or not with this application. So in order to apply, first make your background strong, and then apply for this. Like these are very good scholarship you can apply, and you will if you're going abroad, so you don't have to worry about money and everything, because here in Europe, if you are applying, then you will get fully funded PhD with a very good salary. So you're good. So you can contact me if you want on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Outlook. And I would like to thank you, Pankaj, for giving me an opportunity to give a talk here. And thank you all for listening. So if you have any question, I would love to take them.
thank you, Priya, for the wonderful and mind-blowing talk.
Thank you, Pankaj. Yeah.
And now we are going to take the questions. If anybody have a question, they can unmute themselves one by one, and they can directly ask or they can text us. So there is one question dropped here from Yunisha Prashant. She is asking, what is the difference in pursuing PhD from Indian university and foreign universities? How to make strong background for pursuing PhD in foreign universities? So, Karthik, you would like to answer this question?
Who asked this question?
Question asked by Unisha.
Yunisha. Can I see Yunisha here? If she can talk or if she can unmute herself?
Yes, sir. Good.
I'm not sure. Call me Karthik. Okay, so Yunisha, the basic difference between PhD pursuing in India and abroad university, it's up to totally depend on your interest. Like there are so many techniques that are not been developed in India, but they are possible in abroad, like single cell technology and the spatial technology, and like many more. So and another thing is exposure. Like if you meet other people from other university with different mentality, with different habituation, like they habituated in a totally different manner, which will definitely develop your skill. Like furthermore, if you are going, are you a master student or a bachelor student?
Second semester.
Second semester master student.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So furthermore, you will pursue your PhD, but PhD is not the dead point, right? You have to pursue your postdoc. Furthermore, then for the postdoc, or then going for the scientist position or assistant professor or professor, something like that. Then at last you will be a group leader. So in order to be a group leader, you need to know a variety of things, and you need to make contact with other people for the collaborations and everything. But if you don't go outside, how would you know that uh, answer if you is that what you asked for, or
So voice is breaking, so I could not hear what you said right now.
hello? Is that what you asked for, or is that the answer of your question?
Yes, sir, definitely.
Oh, okay. And what did you ask? Then how to make strong background for pursuing PhD in foreign university? Okay, see, you are pursuing second semester in University of Hyderabad, right? So in Hyderabad also there are a lot of good institutes.
Not Hyderabad, sir. I'm from Patna, Bihar.
Oh, okay. So from Patna. So do you have dissertation in your master?
What, sir?
Dissertation thesis?
Sir,
Do
not.
you have research project after? No. Okay. So it does not matter. While doing, there are so many online internships where you can get trained for the bioinformatics as well. Okay.
And I'm
Do
doing
you?
masters in botany, so is there any internship related to that that can benefit me?
Yeah, actually, I'm not sure about India, but about botany specifically. But I would really suggest that there is one internship called VISL. I am not sure is that what it's called now, but it's good, and you can get a chance to meet a lot of professor. Like there are a lot of good research in going on in Central University of Punjab, and they will give you the funding, like 5,000 rupees per month to survive there, or you can get the internship online as well. That's what you need to decide whether you want to pursue your research in wet lab or dry lab. If you want to pursue your research in dry lab, then it would be wise to contact them as soon as possible and get in touch with them for the bioinformatics or dry lab activities. But to pursue your wet lab activities, yeah, you need to go there.